This is a pretty cool
It
dungeon.
looks like the boss arena, and there's like Korean text in the sky.
Where's the text? Oh.
Oh, what the heck?
중간 보스 1차 전투. Middle boss, first stage fight.
Okay, spoilers.
No
전투.
shot.
전투 is fight, right?
Hey guys, LF here. Let's talk about Chrono Odyssey. I know some of you know me from other MMORPGs, and recently, welcome by the way, some of you know me as the guy who glitched canon and solid FPS into the outer boundaries of the beta. So yes, we quite literally played this beta beyond the literal boundaries of what everybody was supposed to play. Yes, the devs were indeed watching our live streams, and yes, they were kind enough to just let us continue. We explored the vast expanse of the Chrono Odyssey world, and I was one of quite possibly 2 people who managed to explore the whole map. Let's fucking go! These ones you can't. There's nothing here. I went all the way up here earlier, to like the tip here. There's not. It's just nothing but like grasslands. Now that you know a little bit more about me, let's get to it. I like having my desserts first, so let's talk about the good stuff. The gameplay is amazing. I always say the best review you can possibly get from me as to whether a game is fun, not necessarily great quite yet, because it needs a lot of work still, but you will know if I find a game fun if I play it for very long periods of time, which I did. I clocked in about 46 hours, and that's including the fact that I had to shoutcast a tournament in the middle.
Please. So I really appreciate you showing up on behalf of the EU community and shoutcasting today. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can definitely find me at twitch.tv/littlefattygg. And just like as a last shout out, I love the banter. I love the trash talk that is in EU. And with that same spirit, I'm glad, besides Zacro, I'm glad that the rest of your casters abandoned you guys so that NA could be here for you one last time. I love you guys. I love you, EU.
The shade is crazy, bro.
Like my gold suit? It's $62 on Amazon. But there's a reason why you keep seeing these posts on Reddit about how people had a blast. These are people that accept that this beta had its flaws, look past that, and then enjoy the experience for what it is. This does not happen if the game isn't fun. Obviously, we can't quite judge the endgame loop just yet, but we can judge it off of the intended experience we were supposed to have, which was basically a small part of the map, the bounties, the barrels, and everything you get to do from level 1 to 15. Anything beyond that was just content creator territory where we got to level 25, experienced the trait hunting loop, and well, as you saw, glitching through boundaries. So let's dissect it from that POV. Number 1, Velia. You know it, I know it, let's not deny it. Wifey's doing a lot of carrying in this game. Number 2, Gathering. I know people complain about Gathering being too slow, and you're probably surprised as to why I put this in the positives. Well, slow as it might be, but when you look at the fact that you only needed 1 or 2 ingots to craft equipment, or a couple of raw ores to craft the next tier of crafting tools, it kind of makes sense. Less clutter overall, and your gathering loop in general is much shorter. Number 3, difficulty. One of my first experience was getting my butt kicked by the first boss, and even though I was told not to fight it early while being under-geared and under-leveled, and although it took almost an hour, beating this boss was one of the most satisfying things I did in this game. It felt great, especially from someone coming from doing brainless dungeon loops in another game. Now, of course, there is the freedom of you doing your own thing, going out, getting levels, getting gear, and beating the boss easily. But again, that's the freedom that this game has. If that frustrates you, then you can avoid that. If that is something you enjoy like I did, then you can tackle that early on. And number 4, basically Korean New World. Yes, I do count this as a W. I love New World, and I hated the direction it took, how much of a mess launch was, and the fact that the characters and costumes look pretty bad. Look, if I can get KR MMORPG aesthetics without pay to win, which is usually the trade-off, I'll take it. Fingers crossed on the monetization though. Number 5, combat. Honestly, when I was just watching gameplay, this was one of my biggest criticisms. I thought it looked pretty bad and it would feel pretty bad. Suffice to say, I was pleasantly surprised at how impactful each hit felt, how smooth the transitions were between weapons, which is a huge improvement from the stuttering that you saw in New World at times. Number 6. Freedom. This game felt like I could just go about and do anything I want and progress in some meaningful way. Whether it be life skilling, which usually I'm not a fan of, but found it pretty satisfying in this game, much like New World. Exploration, which gave you anything from permanent stat boosts to upgrade points for your chronotector, which also made exploration smoother. The game just has a lot of freedom as to what you want to do, and there is a myriad of things that you can actually do in the game. And now that we've kind of tackled the good parts about the game, things that you can enjoy about the game, let's get to the down and dirty. Truth is, the best way I can probably describe the beta is scuffed. For example, number 1, lighting. Made my eyes feel like they were burning. Number 2, insane frame drops. Now, granted, both number 1 and 2 were resolved by changing up some settings and putting in an INI file thanks to my friend Dank's recommendation.
Bro,
Yeah.
you've been doing it all wrong. Leave right now. Leave that instance
Okay,
you
okay.
can truly appreciate it.
Alright,
We have
got
been
you.
lied to this entire time, LF.
What do you mean? What did they lie about?
We've been made to believe that this game has bad graphics and runs like shit.
Oh my god.
All you have to do is download 2 files and put them into your game files, and you have DLSS. You can turn on the fucking... Dude, I have great settings. I'm at like 144 FPS, dude. Like, I will send you this video. Like, holy shit.
Holy shit. You already look.
Bro,
It
look at him.
looks.
Look at him. He's at over 100 frames
Oh
already,
my
dude.
god, bro. Oh my fucking god. I've never
Yes,
reached this high
sir,
of
dude.
FPS on shit. What the fuck, man? What
Now
the...
restart your game and get in there, cowboy. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
We gotta watch. Go on your journey.
Fuck me, bro. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I thought you were capped on 60, but it's just the settings. That's all it is. It's just, fuck, like you were on uncapped. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was just the settings, bro. What the fuck, man? 144? Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
Oh man, you're about to get. Dude, well, look at this shit, bro. Look at this fucking place, dude.
Holy
Soak
fuck.
it all in,
It's
bro.
a goddamn
Take it
foot's
all
in the back.
fuck in, dude.
Jesus Christ. This is the best the game has ever looked for me right now.
Game of the year, bro. Game of the year right there. If the rest of the game looked like what that looks like right there, dude, fucking game of the year. No cap.
Bro, my eyes
Holy
actually feel
shit.
comfortable looking at this shit right now.
Yeah. It looks great, dude.
But I still wonder why we had to go through hoops just to get something that should have already been in the game, old build or not. Number 3. Deceit. That's right, you heard it. Deceit. Another complaint as well was the game does not look anything like the trailers. The gameplay trailers, mind you. I remember when the trailer first dropped and I commented, there's no way it actually looks that good as an MMORPG. If it does, I'll be impressed, but I wouldn't count on it. True enough, it looks nothing like the trailer. Those details of the grass swaying in the wind, and what we got instead was grass that could barely pop in 3 meters away from you. A far cry from what we were shown years prior. Which then takes me to number 4. The old build argument. Look, every playtest out there, every beta, is and always will be an older, more stable build. In any game. It's not an excuse, it's just fact. With that said, however, the trailer we were shown was from years ago. Don't they think we should have gotten a glimpse of that in this beta, at least? Number 5. Getting stuck in mobs. One of the things that definitely ruined my experience when fighting a boss is fighting it for a while, doing relatively well, and then dying because, well, I got stuck in its foot for some reason. Let me out! Fuck, I'm stuck in his foot! Oh my god, Number 6. PvP. Now I know how I complimented the combat before, but that was from a PvE perspective. Combat in PvP is a vastly different experience, which makes me worry about the quality that Eden mode would have at full launch. This is definitely the one thing that has that type of pull for PvP players, which is, as much as you'd like to deny it, a decent chunk of the population in an MMORPG, and it doesn't really take a lot to keep us happy. Just decent combat and decent PvP endgame loop. And that's it. And the Eden mode is exactly what that would provide, but the combat part needs to be worked on. Even the gap closers in this game don't feel like gap closers at all. They don't have a lot of travel distance, despite being on a relatively high cooldown. And it's just getting to a point where it seems like range is just going to be the be-all end-all in this game. With all that said, however, I do think overall that the game they have created and the premise is pretty good. Anything it does well, however, is eclipsed by the many issues it currently has. And that's not even counting the fact that the game just does not look as good as its quote-unquote gameplay trailer. Again, hopefully they prove us wrong on that, but I'm doubtful until then. Will I continue to follow this game and play it at launch? Of course. Before I am an MMORPG content creator, I'm a fan of the genre. I will always try a game despite its flaws. As to how much criticism they would get, however, depends on their execution. So hopefully I see you guys in the next beta. It's been LF. Catch you guys later.